Hello, my sewing friends. My name's Diana, and I am the Wandering Sewist. And today, I wanted to show you my finished opium coat from Deer and Doe. So I'm going to put a picture right here of the coat, the pattern. So I wanted to try this coat because I wanted a swing coat and I liked the pocket detail. So I decided to combine the two choices of A and B, where you could either have the belt sash or the two snaps. So I just did both so that I could change up the look as I wanted. So here is my coat, my finished coat right here. And there's my lining, this beautiful orangish rust colored satin. And the outside is a 20% wool and 80% probably polyester because it's pretty warm. So I'm going to put it on and step back for you so that you can see. Okay, so I used two big snaps here so that I can snap it closed and then just wear it as a swing coat like this. Oops, did that wrong. Forgive me. Like this. These are just the sew-on kind. So I can just wear it open like this and have it be swingy. I'm going to point you down a little bit so you can get a better view. Now I do have a bit of a problem with some mistakes that I made. And here's the belt. I can close it up with the belt to give it some shape. Like this. So there's the opium coat that I made. So as you can see, I had a few problems with the pattern. I'm going to be gentle on myself because this is my very first time to ever make a coat of any kind. This is my very first time to do a coat lining, my very first time to do a notched collar, and there were some problems with some of the pattern pieces. So this facing piece here was way too big for the collar. So I had to gather it. But since that's the inside facing, you won't see it when I'm wearing the coat. And then this is my notched collar. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not perfect either. I have a little bit of a dimple here. And the other one is actually better. So, I'm just going to give myself some grace on that. I've never done a notched collar before, so it's not perfect, but the other side looks a lot better than this side. And then I've noticed that the lining somehow came up a little tiny bit too short in the arms. So the lining is pulling the sleeve up a little bit right here and making it, see, it's not going straight. It has a little bit of it's like the lining is too short for the inside of the shirt. And I was very careful to follow all of the seam allowances. So I am not sure why that happened. I even went back and remeasured my seam allowances to double check and make sure. Has anybody else had this problem with this coat, that the sleeve lining came up too short? I don't know it, and it's in both sleeves, so it's not something that a mistake or something. I'm not sure how that happened. Um, So the other mistake that I made was I sewed this front lining. I sewed it too short just here in the corner. So it's pulling up a little bit on the front of the coat, but it's not horrible. And I'm giving myself grace, as I said, that it's fine. It's my very first time to make it. I think that if I make this coat again, I will lengthen the sleeves quite a bit, maybe up to 3 inches, because when I wear coats, I like for my sleeves to come down over the top of my hand. And when I wear this one and I put my arm out, it pulls way up past my wrist. So I would like for it to be, this much longer, about 3 inches longer. So, and then I would also lengthen the lining that 3 inches plus maybe another half an inch to an inch or so in the sleeve so that it doesn't come up too short and doesn't do that bunchy thing. Um, I would probably not size down. I think because I have broad shoulders, even though this coat is way oversized, it does fit me through the shoulders. So sizing down is not something that I would do. And I made the size 48. Yeah, I made the size 48. So I think the size is correct. I'm not sure what happened with this this piece, the undercolor or the facing. I can't remember which piece was which. I think that's the facing. This is the facing. I don't understand why the facing was so much bigger than it was supposed to be. And I had to wind up putting in gathering stitches and gathering that. I'm not sure why that happened. And I know it's because I just found one of my little tags of red yarn that I use to mark my spots. Take that out. Okay, so other than that, I mean, I like the coat for what it is. I mean, it's a swing coat. It's supposed to look big. I thought, I guess I don't know my style, my own personal style as well as I thought. I thought I would love having a swing coat, but it turns out I don't so much. I mean, it's fine. I'll wear it because it's warm, but maybe a swing coat makes me feel bigger, like heavier than I actually am. I think that's probably why I'm not over the moon in love with it. Um, I would probably feel a lot better if um, the silhouette was more slimming. So probably a more tailored look for a coat might be better for me. I'm learning this about myself as I'm learning to sew. I thought that I like to have all of my clothes loose and billowy, and I thought it would hide my bulges and bumps, but I'm learning that clothes that are too loose and billowy actually cause more of the illusion of heaviness rather than less. And I didn't realize that until recently when I was making my own clothes. So I'm learning as I go. So now I have learned that for a coat, I need to look for something that's more in the plus size range, but more tailored fitted, which to be honest, I don't know if I have the sewing skill to make just yet. I think that I will look for my next coat. I'm probably not going to make one anytime soon, but when I make a coat again, I will look for one that is unlined for the for my first go at more tailored look, more fitted. And then when I feel comfortable, then I will look for lined. Um, the lining, it wasn't that hard, but when the lining doesn't fit perfectly, it spoils the look. And it having the lining in the sleeves too short makes the sleeves slightly uncomfortable. So I don't want to worry about those issues when I'm trying to get a coat to tailor to my body to look good. Does that make sense? Let me know down in the comments. Have you made the opium coat from Deer and Doe? Did you like that pattern? Did it look good on you? Because I don't think it looks that great on me. I mean, I'm gonna wear it because it's winter, almost winter here in Eastern Europe, and it's getting cold. So I'll wear it because this was my plan for having a winter coat. But did have you had problems with the lining being too short in the sleeves? Has that happened to you? Was it because of the pattern piece or was it because of uh seam allowance errors? I mean, I was slow sewing. It took me several days to make it, and I was very careful about the seam allowance. And it did say on the pattern that the seam allowance is 5/8 of an inch. But when I was following Sarah Me from So Live, I was sewing along with her live broadcast of the sewing of this coat. She used a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and she used that because she thought that's what the pattern said. So I'm not really sure um, which one of us is right now because of the problem with the lining being too short in the sleeve area. Let me know if you've done this because I'm really curious to know the answer to that question. Okay, down in the comments, let's talk about it. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Please hit the notification bell so that you can find out every time that I upload a video. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe and to hit the notification bell. It's completely free. And give me a like if you like this sort of content. I would appreciate it. Bye.